In the realm of attraction and connection, most men rely on surface-level tactics, compliments, pickup lines, and attempts to impress. But real seduction, according to Machiavellian logic, is not about what you say. It's about what you make her feel and reveal. The most powerful way to penetrate a woman's emotional world isn't through declarations of charm or wealth, but through intentional questions. Ones that tap into her subconscious, her contradictions, and her memories. These are not casual queries. They are designed to trigger desire, confusion, curiosity, and even obsession. Let's explore 10 questions that, when used with precision and timing, can make a woman feel deeply seen, stirred, and connected, sometimes without fully understanding why. 1. What kind of man is hard for you to forget, even if he wasn't good for you? This question bypasses logic and dives directly into the emotional chaos zone. It forces her to revisit the memory of someone who left a lasting impact, not because of kindness, but because of emotional intensity. It brings her dark side to the surface and subtly associates you with that same depth. The key is to listen without judgment, allow silence, and never interrupt. If she opens up, you become the emotional trigger she didn't expect. 2. What's the most dangerous thing someone has ever awakened in you? This question invites her to recall moments of emotional risk, times she felt something intense and unexplainable. It positions you as someone capable of stirring that same dangerous energy. By suggesting that danger can be beautiful, you give her permission to explore her shadow self. It creates a unique intimacy, a blend of safety and risk that lingers long after the conversation ends. 3. What signals does your body give when someone starts to attract you, but you don't want it to show? This is a psychological masterstroke. It directs her attention to her own involuntary cues, blushing, nervous laughter, eye contact, and triggers self-awareness. It also forces her to observe how she's reacting to you in real time. You're not asking if she's attracted, you're decoding her hidden language. If she reacts with discomfort or laughter, you can playfully suggest that she's already showing the signs, sparking tension and desire without ever stating it outright. 4. What's your most secret weakness, the one only someone truly special could discover? This question blends vulnerability with exclusivity. You're not asking for a flaw, you're asking for a secret, something sacred. If she hesitates, don't pressure her. Let her imagination take over. By respecting the boundary, you inspire honesty without demanding it, an approach that builds emotional trust and intimacy. 5. What does a man do that makes you feel in danger, yet you still want him more? Desire often thrives on contradiction, and this question strikes that exact nerve. It's not about toxicity, but about identifying emotional adrenaline, the kind that captivates her even when logic says to run. If she describes being drawn to men who don't need her but still choose her, you've just uncovered a key to her emotional core. Subtly embody that energy, and you'll stay in her thoughts far longer than anyone else. 6. What's the craziest thing you'd do if no one ever found out it was you? Designed to awaken fantasy and rebellion, this question triggers her imagination. You're not after a confession. You're inviting her to visualize breaking her own rules. And if she does, the experience becomes linked to you. Even if she doesn't answer, the mental scenario you provoke creates a bond based on shared imagination and complicity. 7. How do you behave when you start falling for someone but don't want to admit it? This question forces introspection. She'll recall the physical and emotional signs she tries to suppress when falling for someone. And if you've already sparked attraction, her brain may start to associate you with those signs. If she admits to pulling away or acting cold, you can gently point out she's doing that now, blending logic, emotion, and tension into a powerful emotional cocktail. 8. What left the biggest mark on you from a man, even if he's no longer in your life? This question reveals her emotional blueprint. You're not asking for a name, just the action, gesture, or moment that left a lasting impression. By understanding that, you can recreate the same emotional impact, but in your own unique, healthier way. When you do, her mind blends old feelings with your presence, making you unforgettable. 9. Has it ever happened that someone attracted you and you didn't understand why? This question introduces irrational attraction, confusion mixed with desire. It activates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, the tension between logic and feeling. The moment she starts wondering whether she's experiencing that confusion with you, the emotional hook is already set. 10. If someone could understand you without you having to explain anything, what place would they have in your life? The most strategic question of all, it invites her to imagine you in a position of emotional closeness, without saying it directly. It activates her deepest need, to be understood effortlessly. If she begins to visualize that kind of bond with you, you become more than a man. You become a mental refuge. Conclusion. These 10 questions aren't tricks or gimmicks. They are tools of psychological strategy designed to create depth, connection, and emotional tension. When used with silence, timing, and calm confidence, they make you unforgettable, not because of what you said, but because of what you made her feel. In the game of seduction, the true power lies not in expression, but in the emotional reaction you leave behind. And these questions are your gateway to becoming the exception, the one she keeps thinking about long after the conversation ends.